morning. Now, supposing you're out with friends at a concert or at the mosque or church or airport or shopping mall and someone suddenly collapses, would you know what to do? Would you know what steps to take? Well, today's video tells you exactly what to do when someone collapses around you. Okay, so please stay tuned. My name is Dr. Adeze Fesulike. I'm a GP, I'm a lifestyle medicine physician. I've been a doctor for about 26 years. And on my channel, I give us health tips to keep all of us healthy. So please subscribe. Have you subscribed? Okay, thank you if you have. And please like. Hope you have liked the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, this video has come about because my friend Joanna, a subscriber on this channel, asked me to do it. She said to me, Dr. Adeze, we have all these machines all over the city, but actually if someone collapses, I wouldn't know what to do. And I thought that was such a good question. She said, please make a video on it so we all know what to do in event of a collapse. So thank you, Joanna, for the question. Remember, on this channel, I try to answer your questions. So if you have any medical questions at all, something you want me to clarify, to explain a bit more, please drop it in the comment section and I will make time to do a video to answer your question. So today's video is for Joanna and for everyone out there who is asking the same questions. So let's start. Right. You may have heard of a defibrillator. This is how it looks. It may look this way, but there are different designs, as you would imagine. Some call it public access defibrillators. Some call it AED, automated external defibrillators. And some just call it defib. Whatever name is called by, it is a machine that is used to restart the heart or to put its rhythm back into normal so that the heart can function normally. So to give you a bit of background, Biology 101, your heart requires regular electrical impulses to keep it beating at a regular rhythm. Okay, these impulses have to come at a regular beat so that the heart rhythm is normal. And the heart then pumps to send blood to your brain, down to your legs and every part of your body to supply you with oxygen, which you need to survive, as well as nutrients and other things in the blood. So you can imagine that the heart plays a very important function in the human body. Now, someone is said to have a cardiac arrest when the heart rhythm suddenly goes haywire or even stops, okay? And in that situation, as you would imagine, it means that the blood supply is not getting pumped around the body. The person can collapse and can even die. Now, in event of this happening, it's really important to act fast, because every 1 minute of delay leads to a 10% decrease in chance of survival of this person. Can you imagine that? Every 1 minute delay leads to a 10% less chance of survival for this individual who has collapsed. And a defib, which we're going to talk about today, can save the person's life. So imagine knowing that this skill, how to use the defib, could have saved someone's life. That's awesome, isn't it? Now imagine the fact that your friend collapsed, but you had the machine, but you didn't know how to use it. How are you going to feel? So this video is to equip every one of us so that when there's a collapse, we are not wasting time, start taking videos. I see people recording when people collapse, you know, or just shout endlessly or run around. There's so much confusion. As a society, we must all keep a level head and address things sequentially in a sensible way when there's a collapse. Okay, so I'll take us through what to do, and then we can all get equipped on how to respond in such an emergency. Okay, so like I said, this is a defib machine. I'm not here to advertise for any company. You can look anyhow. This is just the one we have. Okay, so yours may look different, and I'm not advertising for any company. This is just for public awareness. Okay. Now, the ones in your community center or pub or mosque will be PADs, so public access defibrillators. That means it's meant for the public. So please don't be afraid of using it. Use it because you just might save a life. Okay, so let's go. Now, I've got a mannequin here to help me. Say hello to Annie. This is Annie. Okay, now supposing you're at an event and Annie has collapsed. Okay, so once you see someone collapse, we encourage you not to rush in immediately. You have to look around, make sure there's no danger, because we don't want you putting yourself into danger. Okay, so you're going to rush up to Annie. You're going to shake her. Hello, Annie, can you hear me? You're going to apply some pressure on her sternum to try and get her to move, to speak, to respond. Okay, if you're skilled enough, you can put your hand just at the neck there to feel for any pulses. You can put your face near her to see if feel any breath, air, to see if she's breathing. Once you're convinced that the person isn't moving, isn't responding, has collapsed, you have to immediately shout for help. Always shout for help, because you might not be able to go through all the resuscitation process by yourself. So the first thing to do once you've confirmed that is to shout, help, help, help. Somebody get an ambulance. Somebody look for a defib machine. Okay, so these are two important things to do. Get someone to immediately phone for an ambulance, get someone to look around for a defib machine. And at this point, I just want to ask you, do you know where your nearest defib machine is? Do you know where your nearest defib machine is? I had to find this out myself. My nearest one is at the local church down the road from my house. If you type into the internet, where is my nearest defib machine, you might find out that you have one around you. So it's a good idea, after you've watched this video, please find out where your nearest machine is. Just have an awareness of where it is around me, because they are there in different locations around the areas people live. Okay, so I've confirmed that Annie is not responding. The very next thing to do is to start your CPR. Okay, now this video is not about CPR, but let me explain to you what CPR is. Remember, I said that the heart has to pump to circulate the blood around your system. So in doing CPR, you're essentially pumping maneuver to still get that blood circulating while the heart is restarted. So there are videos of CPR. This video is not about CPR, but it's very important. I want to explain the sequence of things so you know what to start doing in the event of a collapse. Okay, so you do your CPR while waiting for help from the ambulance, or someone brings a defib. Now, someone has run off, they've looked around, grabbed their nearest defib machine, and they've brought it to you. Now, the next thing you need to notice is that there's the machine with on and off button, and a button to give the electrical charge if required. Then you have pads to attach, so the machine has to be attached to the person, okay? And honestly, super easy to do. I'll show you. So here's the pad. It's called a pad that you bring out, and this is what you need to attach to the patient. There are two pads. Have a look. Two pads, okay? Because what you're trying to do is to pass the electric current through the heart to force it to start beating again, or to force it into a normal beat, okay? So two pads. One, this pad goes to, let's start here. This pad goes on the left, just here, okay? So one pad on the left, just here, okay? And the second pad goes on the right, just here. Of course, the patient's shirt, you would have removed their shirts on top so they can put this directly on their skin. In some cases, the person, if there's a shaving stick, if they're really hairy, you can quickly shave and put on, but it should be on bare skin so it can stick properly, okay? So remember, on the right and on the left, you put the pads. How easy can that be? How easy? That's why it's public access defibrillators. Pad is for the public to use. So it's been made as simple as possible. One pad on the right, this is the right hand. Okay, one pad here, and the other pad just under the breast on that area. That is it, okay? So we're going to put it on our mannequin. Okay, so you're going to open up the pad, you can see, that way. And the pad will show you where to stick it, okay? So that one, this is his right. So this goes on his right, just there, like that, okay? And this goes on his left, just like that. Okay, so you see, right and left. easy to do. Okay, it's made for the public to be able to do it quickly and easily. So one on the right, one on the left. Okay, and then the machine, put it on. When you put it on, the machine will tell you to step away from the patient because the machine wants to analyze their rhythm. So it's reading the heart, it wants to know what the rhythm of the heart is. Okay, once you put on the machine tells you what to do. So just get on the pants, put on the machine. That is really important. The machine will talk you through. It also might be that someone has called the ambulance. So the ambulance crew can actually talk you through what to do as well. Okay, so you put it on speaker, put your phone on speaker, the ambulance crew are speaking to you, or the machine, just listen to the machine. So the machine will read the heart, okay? Then if it feels that a charge will help this patient, the machine will say, give a charge, okay? It will say, give a charge, or push the charge button. So you can see it here, okay? So you push on that, and the person gets an electric shock to restart the heart. How easy can that be? I want to really demystify this so that we don't leave people who otherwise would have been saved. Let's do what we can to save people, okay? But the good thing is that if a charge is not required, the machine will say charge not required, okay? So don't be afraid that someone will be giving an unnecessary charge, because they won't. It's important to remember that I raised this up just so we can see. The person is usually lying down, okay? The person is usually lying down, okay? But I have just placed it. I placed the person up so we can see very clearly. So, like I said, if the person doesn't require a charge, the machine will say no charge required. So you can't harm the patient. You cannot harm the patient because a charge won't be given if it's not needed. Now, if a charge is not required, the machine will tell you start CPR. So you immediately start back, trying to get that heart to pump, okay? Hopefully the ambulance would have arrived, someone would have taken over, and hopefully that would be a life saved. So I hope this has sort of demystified this for you. You're feeling a bit more confident. We're not hoping that anyone will collapse around us, but if they do, surely we can do some basic things. Look around, like I said, look around, make sure there's no danger to yourself. Go to the person and try and wake them up, you know, apply some pressure on their chest, you know, try and talk to them, shout at them, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Try and get a response. If there's no response, then you need to shout, ask somebody to get an ambulance, ask someone to get a defib machine, okay? Start CPR. While you're waiting for all that, start on that heart. You've got to start pumping. You've got to start pumping that heart, okay? And also check, you're looking at the person because they might wake up as you're doing that. So you're not pumping mindlessly, you're also looking at their face. And yeah, so hopefully some help comes with a defib machine. You put on the parts like we've explained, you give the charge if required, or continue CPR, the machine will guide you, okay? And hopefully the person wakes up or the ambulance arrives and someone helps, someone more qualified comes along, okay? So I hope that has helped and we know better or feel better about using public access defibrillators because they are meant for the public. So I hope this has been useful. My very next video is about sleep. If you struggle with your sleep, please watch this video. You'll find it very interesting. If you think you have sleep apnea, when you're sleeping, you find that you pause when you're sleeping, or you're snoring so heavily, or you wake up with morning headaches, and all those may be symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea. And I have spoken about that in another video. So please watch my videos, subscribe, let's keep learning together, and I'll see you at my very next video. Bye for now.